everybody. My name is Emma Leys, and I am a marketing communications specialist here at G&T, where we focus on making plant-based colors from fruits, vegetables, and edible plants. So, of course, today the focus is all about color in terms of the future of color with trends and insights. But of course, what everyone wants to know is how do you actually identify new trends? So there's many factors to look at, and one of them is influencers. Social media is huge in this day and age, and whether this is a hot viral trend that will trickle out in 24 hours, or it's the next big thing, like maybe you've seen this Prime energy drink, which is now on the shelves everywhere, there's shortages, so it definitely moves over into NPD. Then market trends, not necessarily the big brands and what they're bringing out, but more the disruptors in the category. How are they challenging that category? And also maybe smaller startups that can jump on trends a lot quicker and bring these to market. Then design and beauty. We are influenced by so many things, not just food and drink. So if you see things like the terrazzo, sort of home decor, which has then been crossed over into chocolate bars, or I've seen it on like cake pattern trends. It all crosses over since we are influenced by so many different aspects. Then consumer trends. Consumer behavior. So what is driving a consumer to buy one product over the other? This is also something that we've definitely taken into account. So this has led to our trend, which we call healthy hedonism. So what's that all about? Health is not just going to the gym, getting a good night's sleep. It's much more than that now. It's your nutritional health, your physical health, but definitely also your mental health and the health of the planet. And this tied in with your enjoyment, consumption, indulgence, and happiness really gives caring for yourself and the planet whilst having fun. And that is what healthy hedonism is all about and what we'll be talking about today. So there's three parts to it. The conscious generation. So these consumers are really looking at products that fit with their sustainability goals and align with their values. Secondly, mind and body. So how can we look after our mental health, but also our physical health? Then seeking joy. We all have stresses in life and we want moments of escapism and just to enjoy and have fun. So how can products deliver on this? So the first one, the conscious generation. Sustainability is no longer optional, and Generation Z especially are really changing the narrative around sustainability. They really seek brand transparency and and they will choose products that align with their goals, and they will make these political statements through the food and drink that they buy. So if the brand really aligns with their goals, they will promote it on social media and say, look, I'm buying this product, look how great it is. So technology is really being used for good to share these initiatives, but also using colorful and playful graphics. So there are some market examples. We have this full spirulina beverage. So this is using climate positive carbon dioxide recycling, then some chewing gums, and they're both plastic free, so helping reduce waste or pollution. And these are still using fun, playful graphics and showing you that this product is good for you and the planet. Then mind and body. Post-pandemic, we really have a new approach to health and wellness, and consumers are willing to discuss their mental health much more, both online and in person. They're also more willing to experiment, so like home rituals and how they can look after their mental health and their physical health. Therefore, functional food with sort of happy mood food is becoming more popular. So with ingredients that can support this, so things like ashwagandha, that is for your immunity and stress release, or maca, which is good for your energy and mood. So they're seeking these products that can, help boost their mood and their mental health overall. And there's much more growing awareness between the connection between your physical and mental well-being. So social media is helping promote this and give this positive state of mind. So there are some market examples. There are belly snacks. They are designed specifically for IBS sufferers. Then in the middle, this is a tea blend, and it's meant to sort of help you drift off into a sleep-like state. So a lot of the reviews that I read said that they had much more lucid dreams after consuming this. Then we have glow source chocolates. They're really colored in the outside as well, and each one has a different functionality, whether that's your mood or your skin health. It's all supporting this health and wellness. Then seeking joy. So this is all about joy and discovery. So these moments of escapism. It's a real carefree, childlike approach in a sort of adult space. So they're prioritizing fun and playful aesthetics over taste. It's really bold and in-your-face branding. So some market examples here on the bottom left, this is a New York bakery called Cakes for No Occasion, which I definitely agree with. You don't need an occasion to eat cake. That's ugly cake. So they just do an overloading your senses, colors, textures. It's really just, yeah, a lot to take in. And they invite you to like jump in and just consume it. You don't necessarily need a knife and fork, just have fun whilst you're consuming it. So that sort of moment of joy. Then these Skittles, the giants, much more playful, fun, bigger, loud, and in your face. And finally, this Coot, I think I pronounced that right, Coot vegan chocolate bars, and they're bright, fun packaging, and they sell their bundles in happiness bundles, which I thought was really nice. So what's next? So healthy hedonism is really rethinking what is possible. So often maybe one thinks that like eco-conscious are really earthy browns and washed out green shades, but it doesn't have to be like that. So this, using the industry insights and also some influencers, we have identified 3 color directions, which we are going to go into now. But these worlds come to life not just in the confectionery itself, but also the packaging, the branding, the full story that it's giving to the consumer, because that really adds to the consumption experience. So the first color direction is soft play pastels. So as you can see, this is very cute, comforting, naive. There's lots of unexpected color reveals here, sugary shades, glossy finishes. So here the products are telling us that they're, obviously it's confectionery, but it's a conscious indulgence moment. So whether that's good for you or the planet, so things like Candy Kittens being a B Corp, or you've got low sugar, high in fiber, vegan claims, this all fits within this color palette. So it's really conscious, planet first kindness. So here it's really redefining what healthy can look like. As I said earlier, it doesn't have to be this washed out color shades. It can be playful, it can be fun. So these soft, luminous sort of tone on tone colors, giving you quite a serene and relaxing, calming effect. It's redefining that these products are good for you, but also the planet with these cool aesthetics and giving you that moment of joy. There's lots of sensorial satisfaction here. So whether that's layering of things, tone on tone colors, it's really adding to that enjoyment as well in this calm, nurturing, serene experience. So it's redefining what healthy can look like. So yes, it's transporting a spark of joy, but also with these fresh and fruity tastes, as seen on both the packaging and the product themselves. So on the left there, in these pastel shades, you have this chocolate bar with only 3 ingredients, 0 sugar, so a slightly healthier touch. Things like that dirt bag snack bar, chocolate snack bar, they donate their profits to mental health charities. They're vegan, and also the vegan bears at the end there. So it's either better for you or the planet and giving you that sort of conscious indulgence moment. So how we brought this to life with our plant-based colors. Here we have the strawberry sorbet shade, the matcha marshmallow, and lemon mousse. So these are some fluffy marshmallows, and they could be used in a sundae bar, for example. And how this fits with this color direction. So not only is it about health for you and the planet, but health also in terms of your community and your social circle, which is very important as well. So you could share this experience with your friends in these nice pastel shades. Then we move on to altered states, which I'm sure you can already see has quite a different feel. So here we have a lot of deep purples, blue, and orange color shades. It's very soft, glowing, a lot of ombre, diffused colors. They're quite cosmic, psychedelic, and they are communicating to us, as the name suggests, altered states, that this is a state of transition. So it's changing the product itself is changing or it's changing something within you. So if we look at the Kit Kat example there, of course, everyone knows the red traditional packaging, but here it's using these cosmic color shades to show you that you're sort of going into this and asking you to take a break by asking, you to go into this sort of cosmic, out of this world experience. Then we have also things in the dark blue, like the night trip gummies or the sleep chocolate that will help you drift off into a restful sleep. So they're having this effect on you with their functional ingredients. So whether that's your mood, energizing or relaxing, or also your general health, like your hair, your skin, this is also very key in this color direction. So, altered states, it's really about the connection between your mind and body and supporting both these things. With these and altering and mind boosting ingredients, so like CBD is very common, but also more oneirogen ingredients, which sort of help you drift off into a sleep. So, not all about the energies, but also relaxing, which is very important. But how do we know these products are doing that to us? So, using these ombres, gradients of color, this helps communicate that this is what the product is doing for us. So it's this constant feeling of movement or flow, and also altered states, so changing the state of the product itself. So whether that's playing with temperature or a dissolving or fizzing gummy, this also really fits in this world. So yes, connecting the mind and the body through your well-being and healing. So here they're really using this psychedelic color scheme, both in the design and also the ingredients that they're using for this new age of well-being. So we already tapped upon the glow chocolates, but they've really gone away from the traditional brown chocolate and given it that blue, deep blue coating. And this is really good for these chocolates specifically here are good for your skin health. So it's sort of communicating to you that it's got something added in it than your normal traditional brown chocolate. Then if you look on the right, these are some sleep gummies, and they themselves are in the blue color, but they've used this gradient in the background to show that you're drifting off out of your current state into a sort of sleep-like state. So the colors are really powerful in this color direction. So here we brought it to life with our plant-based colors. So this is some sleep truffles. So they're a chocolate supplement with an oozing core for a restful sleep, so they could contain chamomile and melatonin to help you drift off into sleep. And as mentioned before, it's not just changing you, but the product itself is changing, which helps communicate all of this. And so therefore the center is oozing as well to show you this sort of altered state. And then the third and final color direction is riotous joy. So this is very loud, proud, authentic. It's a real sensory pileup of bright and clashing color shades. It's, almost too much to take in, but that also invites you to keep looking at these products. It's really about diving in and playing. So we see there lots of pink, red, bright color shades. So like in the Kit Kat there, it's using this fun pink color shade to give you an excited new experience. Or in the bottom right there, you see these Sour Punch roulette pickle sweets. So again, it's all about play. Maybe not something you would traditionally do, but it's using color to be really fun and playful. So it's all about embracing Generation Z's creativity and really expressing oneself to the fullest. So these bold colors can be used to provoke. So you're really challenging the traditional in a kind of rebellious way. So things that maybe you didn't think normally could go together, try it. It could be really fun and entice the consumer to have this new consumption moment. So it's all about aesthetics over taste and allowing the consumer to indulge in all the senses, especially the visual, and layer things, mix flavors you might not have normally done. It's all about the joy and the very creative generation, which is Generation Z. So yes, question the norms by being bold and loud. So it's very, proud and loud, and these joyful colors definitely entice you, as I was saying, and they can meet this creative pulse of the generation. It's allowing you to have sort of escapist moments through this fun, yeah, lots of fun. So if you see the Haribo Pixel there, that's not necessarily a flavor that one can connect, but it's this sort of escapist moment. You're going into this pixel world and you're enjoying yourself with all these colors. Also, a way of escapism is nostalgia, like the Hershey's sprinkles chocolate there. So you can be reminded of your childhood memory or childhood favorite moment by, yeah, having these playful colors. So here we brought it to life with our plant-based colors EXBERRY. As you can see, we've got all 6 colors there because nothing is too much in this world. We've really overloaded the senses. So there's a mixture of texture, flavors, really bursting with fun. So you have high boil lollipops, gummies, extruded sweets, pressed tablets, chocolate. So it's really a bold mixture of confectionery combined with these bold flavors, and you could layer it up and have a mix of a gummy and chocolate, and it's all about playing and customizing it to yourself, and being as creative as possible. So the key takeaways, sorry, it's a very the target group is Generation Z. They're very hyper-connective generation, and they're really highly opinionated, and through the power of social media they're willing to shout about it and be this creative generation that is willing to challenge the demands of their products. Ingredients lists are very important since they can create these fun products, but also meet the demand for sustainability and whilst also supporting personal well-being. And finally, product appearance. It doesn't have to be washed out. It doesn't have to be dull. You can get bright, colorful shades using clean label products, as I've hopefully shown. And yes, you can be bold and loud and playful using these bright, fun colors. So just to summarize, we have the soft play pastels. So this was all about these pastel shades and redefining what healthy can look like. So it doesn't have to be washed out or dull. We can use these pastel shades to communicate that the products are good for both you in terms of lower sugar, high fiber, this kind of thing, or good for the planet. Altered states, this is all about these functional ingredients taking us to a different element, whether that's energized, relaxed. It's, these psychedelic colors are communicating to us that this is a altered state, so a state of change within yourself or the product itself. And finally, riotous joy, all about the fun, the loud, the playful, questioning norms. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like that cake you saw at the beginning, it can be an overload of senses. It doesn't have to be perfectly aligned. That's all the fun. That's all, adds to the fun of these products. So if you have any questions, there's a Q&A box, so please get them in there and we will definitely get back to you. So yes, thank you so much. We would love to help if you have some color innovation and use our plant-based products to meet these needs of the new generation. So thank you for your interest in the color trends today.
Thank you so much, Emma, for delivering your session here at Confectionery Live. Why did you want to talk about this topic in particular?
I think, well, of course, we love colors, but I think they're becoming ever more important now, especially in this world of social media where everything is shared online. People are also becoming more proactive in looking at their health, so they'll be checking labels more. So, clean label, therefore, is becoming more important. So, yes, it's a combination of the trends going across the globe through social media and also people being concerned about what they're consuming, and having these clean label colors fits perfectly, and we can achieve bright, vibrant shades in confectionery. So definitely don't need to sacrifice on the enjoyment there.
I mean, absolutely. I saw the explosion of color in your session there, which is amazing. How do you go about conducting your trend analysis? If you could just walk us through how that works and what the process is.
We have worked with external agencies, but we also have our trend platforms that we look at. And then just beyond this, so as I said at the beginning, so looking at social media trends, they can be, yeah, very quick and over, but they definitely trickle over into product development. And we see a lot of products hitting the shelves due to this. Design and beauty, but also things like TV shows like Euphoria. I don't know if you watched that, but it had a very strong color palette, and you see this crossing over into makeup. So everything does cross over. You can't just look at food and drink because it all merges into one. So we take all that into account and regularly keep on top of what's happening in the industry because yeah, they can also change color trends, but it's based on the consumer as well.
I mean, it was really interesting to see in your presentation, not only just the trends, but the colors themselves. How can color be used to signify particular messages to consumers, and is there a psychology behind it, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of psychology behind it, not just in food and drink, but in general, which I find very interesting. I think it's not just conscious, but also subconsciously they're communicating to you. So, in general, if you're looking at a product to buy, it'll tell you if it's fresh, not necessarily in confectionery, if it's safe to eat, if you think, yeah, about a fruit, if it's the right color, also, if it's healthy, so maybe your green smoothie is definitely telling you this is good for you. There have been so many studies and tricks and things you can play with flavor, especially in confectionery. There's those roulette wheels and things. So you can confuse people with color and flavor because it really does have a strong influence on our psychology and what the expected flavor is going to be. Also, things like new experiences. I don't know if you've ever been enticed to try something black, for example, because you just don't know what it's going to taste like. You're intrigued by it, it's drawing you in, and it's a big, yeah, moment of experience. So they can either help products stand out on the shelf, connect with us emotionally, or just your traditional color or these flavor indicators are telling you it's a safe product to eat.
I mean, when you said black, I was sitting here thinking, gosh, have I eaten any black confectionery other than maybe licorice? I don't know.
There was
Um,
definitely an ice cream, the sort of black trend, and those there was health shots as well, black, but yeah, maybe not quite. I've seen dark packet, like a dark discovery sort of packets of confectionery, so it's all playing into that as well.
I do think, as we discuss this, the psychology is really interesting because if you were to say to someone, what do you think of when you think of confectionery, their minds will probably immediately go to bright and vivid
Hmm.
colors. And it was interesting what you said as well in your presentation about natural colors being able to create these vivid colors, and maybe this perception that they might not be as able to do so. So how do you think the use of natural colors can meet demand for sustainability in the confectionery sector?
Well, definitely the Generation Z, as I was saying, they're really pushing for transparency, and sustainability is no longer sort of optional. At G&T, yeah, we do have our goals and we've communicated our sustainability goals and targets. So we have four key pillars. So people is one of them, looking at diversity and employee satisfaction. Our agriculture, so we grow all our fruits and vegetables through contract farmers. So we ensure that they are using sustainable farming methods, and we can, yeah, be closely working with them on that. Also, biodiversity projects, not just our farms, but also our buildings in general. And then we look at things like our operations, so the energy consumption, the water, the side streams, what we're doing with that, and then the products themselves. So, what their footprint is, making sure we have the high performing products. So, yeah, getting the most color out of them. So, yes, at G&T, we definitely take it very important, and we want to look out for the future generations. But through Generation Z, they're really putting this pressure on the brands to be open, but also be meeting this demand for sustainability.
I mean, when we talk about sustainability now, it's no longer just as you say, looking solely at the environment,
Yeah.
looking at the people and their welfare and their well-being are really important topics that we need to be aware of. Something that struck me as well in your presentation is when you were talking about brands that are signifying to everyone that they're very environmentally conscious, and with a lot of plant-based and vegan brands, they're very tapped into
Hmm.
that. So I was very struck when you said, these brands in their packaging and their branding don't need to be murky colors anymore. They can be colorful, and they can signify their sustainability
Yeah.
that way. So just in terms of how the colors have evolved and the use of colors evolved, I thought that was really interesting to hear from you. Um, how do you see brands conveying sustainability to consumers through their colors and their packaging? Have there been any trends that you've seen there?
Um, Other than, yeah, what I mentioned with the soft play pastels, I think, yeah, they can be a lot more fun. They can be bold and bright and communicate things in a good way, especially since social media is, yeah, so big and in transporting messages. You definitely don't want to do that in a bland way. And so, as I said, yeah, it's the whole messaging, not just the product color, but the branding and the packaging and how that's all communicating together. So you can use, yeah, lots of fun colors, and it doesn't have to mean that it's then not sustainable. So yeah, it can all tie in together.
Yeah, I don't think you can say anything about the colors in your presentation were bland and boring. So thank you for taking the time to speak with me about this, Emma, and for bringing such an explosion of color to Confectionery Live.
Perfect. Thank you. It was nice to meet you, and thank you for having me.